Good morning, everyone. We're going to let the lag catch up here, and then we'll get going. I am in the middle of an active trade. I'll explain why as we get started. So if I stop talking for a second, that's what's going on. Okay, let's get started. And let's give a cheers to the market today, Zero DTE team, because despite the low volume, we do have some action, and I find that to be exciting. So it started really 8:30 for me today Eastern, just because of that break above that prior day high. So I will do a video on this. Did I give you a proper cheers? Proper cheers. I'm not sure if I did. Anyways, yeah, so I'll do a video on this later, but my primary trade with futures revolves around those extremes, be it the overnight high, overnight low, prior day high, prior day low. And so when I'm engaging, I prefer it to be the RTH session, but if it's close, like at 8:30, I will get involved. And today it seems that we're breaking out. And there's a couple different things that I'm going to cover relative to them. Take a sip of coffee first. And I'm just going to go through them more or less one by one. And let's start with just the technical patterns. So first things first, if we look on a shorter time frame chart, so we can see the chessboard chart, that TPO right on the main screen here. If we just put these in their own column, letters and blocks in their own column, it's called, you can see we have, so I'm going to zoom in here just a little bit. If we look at that pattern developing from yesterday, we have that inverse head and shoulders type look here. So this wick here was that move late in the morning, and you can see we're kind of building out shoulder here, and we're trying to complete it. So where is the magnet to complete this pattern? I think it starts that poor high, which is at about 39.93. And if we look, so that's on, I say, the shorter time frame. I'll go ahead and merge these back. You can see we've been building a lot of time and volume just in this general area. No surprise. It's been a fun side by side. How many side by side trading days have we had? 7 or 8. It's been a lot of fun. I say that through gritted teeth, but I think now that magnet is that poor high. So I would expect us to, I shouldn't say expect, you can never expect anything in the market, but I think it is a magnet for today, assuming the bulls can sustain this rally. Right now, we're still hanging out around that overnight high. And I did have my first batch of longs stopped out, so the bears are coming in with a little bit of strength. But for now, we're still building time and volume near the top of the profile. You see that, well, you're not seeing it live, but the POC for the intraday session actually just shifted up to that 80 level. So what I'm looking for now, I want to see us burst above that 83 again, and I will continue to add the long. So I'll be looking at that out of the side of my eye. But until then, yeah, just returning back to the the macro look here still. So yes, we have the inverse head and shoulders on the, I'd say, shorter time frame. Now if we look on the overall macro chart, it seems to me that we are finally breaking out of this bull flag. So that level is about, let's say, 60. We seem to be finally pushing above that today. We'll see if we hold, but that is a long bull flag that's been developing, and it seems that the bulls are finally taking initiative. Again, it's low volume. For me, kind of a red flag. I don't really, there's a way to note this in the homework itself. Well, I mean, there's a way, but you know what I'm saying. Uh, Volatility has really just been in free fall for a while, and it's lost a lot of ground really quickly where the market hasn't moved much. So that's kind of the, if I have to make a bearish case, it's just the extreme move in volatility that we've seen over the past several sessions. So, but if we're just looking at raw price action, which I think is really the most important thing, especially on these in these low volume trading sessions, we are breaking out of that bull flag, and if we can hold the rally, I think that 93 level is the next stop. So, what is the level that I'm considering? Playing that breakout trade? It's a hold above 85. So you can see early in the session, we've so far tried to break above that level twice. Both times so far, we have seen rejections. And once we start building that time and volume, out there is when I think we can look for that sustained move. First to 93, and then from 93, we'll go back to the chessboard chart. From 93 near that 4016 area, that other poor high. And obviously, we're targeting, I think, the big picture magnet here, just based upon, general market psychology, is this 200 SMA around here. I think it's about 4060-ish, 4065, thereabouts today. I don't know the exact number, but yeah, whatever chart you're looking at, it's that 200 SMA, I think, is going to be a magnet. So, just one other note is we do have, sorry, one second. Yeah, just one other note. We do have significant pivot expansion today, those volume pivots, which often implies reversion to the mean. So that's the other, if we have to make another bear case, is the pivots do suggest that we may not get that sustained breakout today. But again, I'm just watching how price behaves relative to that 85 level, time plus volume above its breakout. And if we keep getting rejected, I think we could keep buying the dips around that major SPX pivot today, which I said is about 39.50 to 60, and yeah, and we'll go from there. So just check out the bio. I did put all the relevant links in there. You can see that warm up document if you want to get a bit of a more granular look at what's going on today. If you haven't subscribed to the newsletter, you can also do that there, and I will package this up real nicely as soon as this session concludes, this video concludes, and we'll go from there. So I'm hoping it's going to be an interesting trading day. It's been pretty nice so far. So keep your risk nice and tight. Low liquidity markets can be difficult with options. I'm still just kind of in futures trading mode, or obviously long options are good too. And yeah, besides that, I will be back tomorrow. Please feel free to engage with me on this video on Twitter. And until then, everybody, where's my little toast? Everybody stay classy.